Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, SHTF time, and you know what that means. A disaster has struck. What kind of disaster? We know not. Maybe it's a tornado, maybe it's a nuclear bomb. And we're going to assume this is going to be a long-term disaster or a long-term grid down kind of a situation, so we can dispense with the tornado analogy. A meteor struck the earth. I don't know. There's a solar flare and there's no power, and there probably won't be for months, maybe years. Long-term grid down. 5 things that you probably need to do in the moment, right when it happens. In the moment, what do you need to do in order to increase your chances of survival? So number 1, first thing you probably need to do is get to a safe place. Odds are, for most people, that's going to mean getting home. You're going to need to go home. Some people have a bug out location. Some people are fortunate enough to have someplace to go to, and they may feel like that's what they need to do, and that's fine. So the first thing you probably need to do is get to a safe space, wherever you happen to be, sitting in McDonald's, sitting in a cubicle, rotting your brains, wherever you are. You need to get away from there and get home. You need to have a plan for that. You may not be able to use your vehicle. You may not be able to use public transportation. Hopefully you have a get-home bag. A lot of people have a get-home bag they keep in their car, or perhaps in a locker at work, in their office, wherever they happen to be. Some people carry them around. I've seen some people, they just got a little bag slung, and it's got some small supplies and bits and pieces in it there. Or EDC, everyday carry bag, as opposed to a get-home bag. Hopefully you got something. Even if you can't use your vehicle, you can pull it out of there and carry it with you and get home. You may be tempted not to go directly back home or to your bug out location or wherever you need to be to protect yourself or to hook up with your family or like-minded individuals in a group that you might have had a plan with. Don't be tempted, because you're like, oh, maybe I can go run down to the Walmart and grab this and that, or no, don't do that, okay? All hell's going to be breaking loose at these places. It happens very quickly because people panic, or they see an opportunity to take advantage of the situation. Let's go rob Walmart. Happens all the time. Don't do that. Besides which, if you figure, especially in a grid down situation, that hey, there's no power, but I've got some cash. None of their systems are operating without electronics anyways, so unless they're willing to put that cash in their pocket, whoever you go and buy anything from at the store, if they're even open and they're not being looted into non-existence, probably won't take it from you. Maybe in a mom and pop location, but otherwise you may not have very much luck. I would avoid everything humanly imaginable and just get straight to your safe space.
Also, you need to have a plan on getting your kids, because if it's during the school year and something happens, you're at work, your spouse is at work, your kids are at school.
Yeah.
You need to already have a plan that your kids know for them to be picked up, especially if they're young kids, especially if school is far.
Yeah.
I know when I grew up and when we went to 6th grade, school was 30 miles away.
Yeah.
You know? So everybody doesn't have school 2 miles down the street.
True.
So you
also, I don't mean to cut you off, but while it pops into my head, also, you're going to have a plan with your kids, and they're going to have, like you said, but they're going to have a plan to possibly actually escape from their school, because the school may not be very cooperative.
Yeah.
If it's a public school, they may not be very cooperative.
And also, stress the importance to your kids of always telling you where they are.
That's right.
If they say they're going to Billy's house, something fall out, and
They better be there.
they better be at Billy's house. And also have a plan for if they are at Billy's house
Yeah.
or Susie's house, something happened. Okay, if something happens, I'll call you. You need to get home. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we about to play another round of video games, or we doing a TikTok video.
Pizza's
You
getting
need-
delivered.
Yeah. If I say you get your behind home, you come on home. Or if they're at a sports game or something like that, you need to have all those scenarios for what your family normally do. And if something happens, how are you going to get to the different family members, especially the kids? The wife, she probably can figure it out, how to get home, but also the whole family needs to know if something happens, I need to be here because mom or dad is coming to pick me up. And I am going to stay in this spot until they come. And if I have to move, I'm going to have to make sure they know I had to move and this is where I'm going. Now, I know when me and David lived in Illinois, we had 2 locations pinned out that if something happened and we couldn't get home, we would be at one of these 2 locations. So you can do that with your family. Hey, if you're in this area and something goes down, I want you to be at this location. If we're over on this side of town, you need to be at that location, just so you know where to go. And I think that's so important that you go over that with your family. You make drills, make sure they know how to get there. So,
Which ties it with number 2, assess your situation. You can assess it on the move. Gather intelligence while you're moving. Don't wait to hear what's going on if all hell's breaking loose. Pick up the pieces as you go. Hopefully you've got an emergency radio in your vehicle, something like that. Whatever type of communication that you can use to find out what's going on and get an idea, because that'll give you an idea of what else you need to do or how you need to prepare when you do get wherever you're going.
also,
Go ahead.
now I was going to put in there, because you said the radio, also know the news station on the radio. Some stations are just news
That's true.
all the time. They not NPR, but they
No,
tell
not
you
them.
local news and weather. Know those channels. So if something go down, you turn to that channel and you can hear what's going on while you're on the move. On your cell phone, I know, like, I listen to TuneIn on the phone, and on TuneIn is a radio app, and it has like a bunch of stations that you can get from all over the world, all over the country, and you can tune into it and find and save the news station. So if you need to hear the news, you can, while the internet and Wi-Fi and phone signals are still working. You can listen to the news while you're getting where you need to go.
Number 3, and again that ties in, is communication. Not only receiving information like what we just talked about, but also getting in touch with the people that you need to get in touch with, as was alluded to on the first subject. Finding out where your kids are, getting in contact with them, getting in contact with a spouse. If you're part of a group, getting in contact with that group, getting in contact with other family members by whatever means that you have. Hopefully your phone is still working. Maybe it won't be. We also carry radios. We've talked about that before, that having a ham radio or having even just walkie-talkies that you can use to get in touch with someone. Like if you and your spouse both have a walkie-talkie, and you can jump on there and be like, hey, is your phone working? Where are you right now? Get in touch with the people that are important to you while you can, because you don't know how much worse it's going to get. And you could get to the point where if your cell phone's not down, it will be. If it's a huge disaster and the phones are still up, they're going to be overwhelmed. Or they're going to be diverted to emergency channels. And to keep those channels open, they'll cut all the rest of us off because
Yeah.
we're just peons anyway. We don't matter. So they'll cut us off on purpose. And you could get to a point where even the ham radio could be jammed.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to think about there.
Also, and like he said, we did a video a few weeks back talking about radios
Yeah.
and their importance, and we showed different ones. Ensure that your kids have their radios. The radios are charged.
Oh, yeah.
Also, and I see this on movies a lot, and I use movies to help with our prep.
Sure.
If something's wrong, you get on the radio, say what's wrong. Don't get on there, oh my God, Dad, where are you? No, Dad, I am here
Keep it simple.
at this location. We don't have time to be going on and on about your day. I gotta run in my stocking, you know, the heel on my shoe broke. No, where are you? I am hurt, I broke my leg, and I'm at this location. Keep it simple so
Yeah.
that the person can hear you and get to you in case you didn't charge your radio and you're hearing that beep, or the signal is not good, or something like that, or it's so much noise you can't hear.
Yeah.
But don't get on the radio and have this long drawn out
All
conversation.
panicked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before you get to the meat and potatoes. Get to the point.
That's
And-
what they used to call KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up would be number 4, and that is to take stock. All right, you made it.
Yeah.
You're back. You're back home. You're at your location, whatever. You need to take stock in what you have. Take stock in your essentials. Hopefully you already know what you have, but now's a good time to really quickly verify that. Make any adjustments that need to be made. Maybe it's a nuclear situation. Maybe there's fallout. You've got to start covering up your windows and doors. You know, they have, if you have blankets or you have something else prepared for that, it's time to start tacking them up to help to prevent the radiation from getting in. Now's the time to take stock in what you have. Do you have a home defense weapon for that type of a situation? Now's the time to pull it out, check it, make sure you're ready with it. Things like that. Take stock in what you have it ready, get it prepared, bring everything out, and set it up. Make sure you know what you have. If you've got a Berkey you've had sitting in the box for an emergency, start putting that sucker together. Start preparing yourself, and I'm kind of leaking into number 5. I don't know if you had any points about that.
Yeah. Like he said, everybody has a job. Somebody is tacking up the blankets to the window. What I did is I went through our house, I measured every window, and I put together a fallout blanket. It's 2 pieces of material with a thick piece of plastic in the middle, and I just sewed it around the 4 sides.
Because, you know, a heavy wool or cotton blanket will block certain types of radiation.
Yeah, and then also, even if it's not radiation, you want to put something to black out, because let's say you have a generator, so now you got light. You're an attraction. So somebody's tacking that up. You already got that stuff made. Or if you're going to use blankets, you know where the blankets are. You know you have enough blankets for all of your windows and doors. Somebody is putting a generator together. If you have a solar generator, it should be charged already, but you're getting it pulled out. You're getting it ready. Like he said, you're getting your ammo, your guns out. You're getting your knives out. You're getting everything pulled out of its location so it's ready to be used. The candles are ready. You got the matches, the flashlights. Everything is pulled out, and somebody's going around doing all of that stuff. It's somebody's job to do this, somebody's job to do that. so everything is moving like a well-oiled machine.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
if you've been drilling.
Yeah.
And like I said, that bleeds right into 5, and that is securing your location wherever you are. Taking stock in it, securing it, like she said, blacking out the windows so that people can't see light from the inside, getting your weapons ready, checking your perimeter, checking up on what any neighbors might be doing, making sure that where you are is safe and secure, at least for the moment. Like I said, the two are almost the same thing. They run right into each other. And all of that falls under one more category. So I'm going to throw one more out there for you. Call it number 6, if you will. You just knew I had one more for you, didn't you? And that is to use some common sense, guys. Use your head. I know common sense is uncommon nowadays, and I've said it a million times. I know most people, they're not that smart. People are not nearly as smart as they think they are, and I don't know what happened to common sense. Oh, God forbid people have any street smarts anymore, you know? But use your head in these situations. Don't get too carried away with yourself and with the illusion of what it's going to be like based on something you saw on television. Example, the grid's been down for 3 weeks. You know that the government has plans set in motion for situations like that to maintain the population, which includes the distribution of surplus food. So the National Guard and the Red Cross are coming down your street, and the guy from the National Guard comes and knocks on your door, and he's got a box full of surplus food, and he's got a box of powdered milk in there, and a can of pork, and a can of peaches, and some other garbage. Nah, I'm good. Use your head. Thank you so much. Oh, you're a lifesaver. All we had left was some Cheerios, and we don't even have milk. Pour it on.
Yeah, you hug and you cry, and I'm serious. Because if
I know it's a box of garbage, and you probably don't trust it anyway because it's from the National Guard. You got that 24-pack of FEMA water bottles. Put it aside. Use it for trade later.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. And also, if you're a prepper and today you weigh 300 pounds and the world comes to an end, in 6 months, you need to be less than 250.
It's time to start that diet you're always talking about, is what she's saying.
You need to be 250 or less. Because if you 300 pounds today when everything is rosy, and you 320 when the grid goes down and the world comes to an end, people are like, wait a minute now, we about starving to death.
And Jimmy gained weight.
Yeah. What are they doing over there? No. You limit your food intake.
Yeah.
Don't eat so much.
Yeah.
Lose weight like everybody else so you can fit in and look like things are bad for you.
Yeah.
You know, don't wear good clothes. Get your clothes dirty. Put some holes in it.
Yeah.
Don't wear your best shoes. You know, get some ragged shoes from Goodwill now and set it aside and get it dirty. Put some animal blood on it. Make it look like something's going on. I'm serious, because people are ridiculous. People get crazy. They sit in their house and eat all their food, and they're continuously getting fat.
Yeah.
And everybody else is dying of starvation.
Yeah, and you'll be on the menu next.
Yeah.
Because people will gang up on you. Your best friends, your neighbors, your family members. They will turn on you quick. Believe it.
I remember an episode,
Go ahead.
of Walking Dead, and Negan came to Alexandria.
Oh, that's
He was like, y'all don't look like you starving. Look at her.
Yeah, he was like, I don't think if you noticed, but the woman who's in charge of your pantry is the biggest girl here. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, okay. Exactly. A little something on the side there.
Yeah.
But again, and the reason I pointed it out with the guard is because although they also have a rule about having aside surplus food for emergencies like that, they also have a rule about the confiscation of goods during a disaster, which means that if they suspect it, they're going to come to your house again and be like, we need to check your house.
Yeah.
Do you have a warrant? Are you kidding? You know, during that type of a situation, no warrant necessary. It is martial law, and they will bust their way through your house, and they will take everything you've got. And God forbid you try to stop them. And that's the other big stereotype, and this is why you have to use your common sense, like Kenny Rogers used to say, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Okay? Always remember that. When there's this illusion or delusion often in the prepping community that pry it from my cold dead hands, you've really got to assess that situation, because when you have that knock on the door and you peek out of the window and there's 20 men outside wearing full body armor and carrying automatic weapons, and you've got 4 kids in the back, now is not the time for the firefight. You may have to just suck it up, okay? And that's a case-by-case situation. That's something you're going to have to assess in the moment for yourself and make a decision. But a lot of people like to blow their horn, and all that bravado comes out, and you ain't gonna do that, and you don't know what you're gonna do. And especially if let's say it's just 3 and you get the drop on them, there'll be 30 more in a half an hour because they didn't check in. And someone knows where they were. Use your head. That's why I said this last one is just common sense with the entire situation. Please use your head. So, thoughts? Any thoughts on that, guys? I'm sure people have some input. You may have some things that you want to throw out there that may be helpful to other people that may read through the comments section. So feel free to post your thoughts in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. We hope that you did. Share it if you can. Probably the only way it will get seen. This channel is very oppressed by ScrewTube. I wonder why. If you are new to the channel and you're wondering what the hell is the deal with the random pictures of cats, well, there's strays that my wife and I take care of, and images of them actually help with the loading algorithm on ScrewTube, because they prefer you look at cat images, then think for yourself. If you'd like to help the channel out, or the cats for that matter, there are links for that down below. Every little bit helps, and we sure do appreciate it. And if that's it, then what more can we say but stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.